Hi, friends. Welcome back to another live weekly tarot reading from Junodrome Intuitive Arts. My name is JP, and today we're going to be getting into what energies to expect this week. So, a little bit of an introduction on what we're going to do. First, I'm going to start by going through all of the zodiac signs. We'll start with Aries and we'll end with Pisces, and we'll go in order. And then after that, we'll have a collective reading to see what the collective needs to know. And then at the end, if there's anybody here hanging out still that wants a reading, we can go and give them one as well. So let's get started. First, we're going to check out what does Aries need to know. This might have cut off my intro just a little bit. So just real quick, we're going to do the zodiac signs. We're going to go through, we're going to do a collective reading. And then at the very end, we're going to do any private readings if there's anybody hanging out and wants one. So let's figure out, what does Aries need to know? Aries, what does Aries need to know this week? What can I give messages for the Aries people here? And this is for your sun, moon, and rising signs, by the way. So choose your sun, moon, and rising signs. That'll give you the most information. So Aries, sun, moon, and rising, what do you need to know this week? All right, for my Aries, there's a sense that we have, interesting, 2 3s, 3 3 here. 3 with the Empress and 3 with the Three of Swords. So these two together are kind of giving a story. The storyline for my Aries this week is coming out of a sense of emotional difficulty and coming into a sense of deep creative satisfaction. So it's like through the understanding of where you've come from, you're birthing into the world this week a sense of beauty, a sense of calm, a sense of creativity. But it's coming from a place of maybe feeling a little bit uneasy emotionally about certain things. So ride with the energies this week. If you're feeling a little bit emotionally uneasy about anything, that's okay, right? We all emotions welcome in humanity. It's okay to feel what you need to feel and move through it. But you have a lot of beauty coming in with this this Empress card as well, which is all about creativity and birthing something new into the world. So birth could mean something to you as well. It depends. Finally, we have the Ace of Pentacles. So there's a sense too of building a new beginning towards the physical world, your health, your stability, your job, your wealth, but your world around you, your home, all of those things. There's a new beginning in that for you this week. So something about this week is bringing in a sense of newness, a sense of understanding that all things are possible and you can make anything happen that you need to. So Aries, I hope that that serves you well, and I hope you have an excellent week. We're going to move on now to Taurus. What do my Taurus need to know this week? Taurus, sun, moon, and rising signs. Taurus, sun, moon, and rising. Let's go through. What do Taurus need to know? Taurus, sun, moon, and rising. Okay, Taurus, you have the Fool. So Taurus, for you this week, this is a brand new beginning in something. This is the very first card in the entire tarot deck. And so there's something about this week for you where you are bringing on a sense of wonder and awe that comes from starting something new. The sense that you're at the primordial beginnings of something and creating something into the world. Now, this card, sometimes they can be considered a little bit naive, not that they are necessarily, but just that they don't know a lot about some things. And so don't be afraid to admit to yourself that there are certain things you don't know this week, which is fine. Be curious instead. Take that student-like energy. Be curious about what is possible and what you could do and what things can be, instead of saying what things are and what things have to be. Understand that you can make anything happen that you need to. With the Ace of Cups, this is another new beginnings energy, so real new beginnings. This is also a new beginning and a new start towards emotional fulfillment and creativity, but also a sense of feeling at peace with yourself, a sense of feeling calm and understanding. So this week there's a bit of a connection between allowing yourself to desire something different, to move in something new, and to move towards happiness and actually start to pursue it in a way that's real and tangible and creative and possible for you. Your final card is the King of Wands. So Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising this week is all about tapping into that raw power that you have towards creation, that raw power towards building in the sense of passion into your life. With the king, that means that this is your wheelhouse. This means that you have this tremendous power towards manifestation. You have this tremendous power towards creation. You have this tremendous power towards being passionate towards the things that you love. That's in your wheelhouse this week. So Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising, really tap into that energy and use that and trigger that and move that forward. Allow that to move yourself in a direction of real wonder and creative forces. The more that you do that this week, the more you're going to feel like you're in control and that you can make anything happen. So Taurus, that's it for you this week. I hope you have a wonderful week, and we're going to move on. Next up, we've got Gemini. Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Okay, what do my Geminis need to know? Gemini, you've got the Tower. All right, so for my Geminis this week, there's a big change happening for you. And whether you want it or not, it's here. So something massive is moving in your life this week, Gemini. And a lot of times the Tower comes from the outside. So it's something that maybe seems completely out of your control. It might be something that seems out of left field. But just know that you are more than capable of riding through the energies and making whatever you need happen. So if things feel a little bit overwhelming on the outside, it's okay to go off on your own and go within as well this week. That maybe this is a great opportunity for you to take some time to come back into your inner world and dive into yourself, and not feel as though you need to totally put yourself out there this week. This might be a great time for retreat and rest and rejuvenation as well. If you're finding massive change going on in your life, it might be time to take a step back a little bit and allow those energies in. Allow yourself to really stabilize in that change energy so that you don't feel as though everything is toppling over. Now, you also have the Fool as well, just like the Taurus cards did. So for you, Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising, this is a great opportunity for you to take this new beginning. With that catapulting change with the Tower, use that to your advantage. Allow the things to crumble away in your life that want to leave. Don't cling on to the past. This is all about new. This is a new beginning, a new start, a new moment for you. So don't feel as though you have to hold on to anything that happened in the past. It doesn't matter. You can let go everything that happened in the past and really, really embrace this moment, embrace this new energy, and that's going to help you really feel satisfied and catapult yourself into a sense of real stability this week. So anyway, Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising, I hope that helps. We're going to move on. Next up, we've got Cancer. Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What can my Cancer signs expect this week? Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I need one more. There it is. Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. All right, Cancer, what do you got this week? Cancer, you've got the Knight of Swords. So Cancer, there's real movement happening for you this week in the mind. So in the mental space, there's change, there's movement, there's force happening in the mind. This could be learning something. This could be coming into a new understanding of things. This could be a new worldview, but it could also be as simple as school, right? This could be reading books more. This is analytical. So there's movement towards the analytical, towards the space in the mind. And so your power of your intellect and your analysis and your analytical thinking this week is going to be in your wheelhouse. So really allow yourself to flow along the analytical thinking. Think calmly, think clearly, allow yourself to really not get overwhelmed by the emotional state, to tune into the mental sphere and the mental state this week. Now you have the Page of Wands, so this is more student energy, which is interesting. So I do think there is a bit of learning going on this week. There's learning about something. Now with the Wands, this is saying that the learning is happening in the passion sphere, the fire energy within you, the passion in your life. Now with this being a fire sign, sometimes water and fire have difficulty. Now obviously this is your Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. Most of us have most of the elements within our charts, so don't think that just because your sun sign is in one element that you don't have anything with the other elements. But there is a sense though that Cancer, because this is a Cancer reading, this being the student energy in the fire sign, there's a sense that sometimes the opposite sign is where we have the most difficulty. And so there's a sense, I think, in this reading for my Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs that this week you're learning how to embrace your passions and letting that dictate how to move forward, to let yourself do the thing that excites you, to let yourself go out on a limb and follow those hunches and those passionate drives. Now, with it being with that intellect, though, it's sort of like using the two together, allowing your passion to drive you forward towards inspiration, and then letting your analytical mind take the reins and create the plan to implement that passionate, fiery energy. So take the student approach in the mind in this. Understand that maybe you don't know how to do this all, and that that's okay. Open yourself up to learning. Ask the universe for help. Be like, hey, universe, how do I do this thing? How do I make this happen? Show me how. And if you just legit say it out loud, show me how to make whatever happen, you will start to understand it more. It will start to pop into your mind, and you'll get the idea and the inspiration for yourself to follow. Now, we have the Two of Wands, which can talk about finally implementing a plan. It can talk about journeying. It can go off and travel. So I do think by the end of this week, for my sun, moon, and risings in Cancer, this is a great opportunity for you to start traveling towards the inspired action and taking those inspired actions and moving forward in that dimension. So anyway, Cancer, sun, moon, and rising, I hope that that's helpful. We're going to move on now. Next up, we have Leo. Leo, sun, moon, and rising. What do my Leos need to know this week? Leo, sun, moon, and rising. Leo, sun, moon, and rising. That's too many Leo. Sorry. Okay, we'll take that one. All right. So for my Leo, sun, moon, and rising, this week is all about overcoming struggle. So for my Leos this week, this is about, with the Seven of Wands, you're still in the battle, but you're finally gaining the upper hand and starting to come out of it. So whatever that means to you, whatever, if you're in a conflict right now, you're in some kind of difficulty, this is going to make sense to you. This doesn't mean something new is happening. With it being the Seven, this means this is a battle you've been in a long time, and you're finally coming out of it. So it could be simply the battle of getting out of bed every morning, right? Sometimes that is a battle and a struggle for all of us. You're gaining the upper hand in that this week. This is an opportunity for you to finally take that and roll with that inspiration and move, right? I see real movement going on here. With the Two of Cups, this is an opportunity. Oh, sorry, it's the Three of Cups. Great. So for you, for my Leos, what can help you really gain the upper hand in the struggle is to find like-minded friends and really tap into that energy. Celebrate, get out there, have the social time, get out with your friends, spend as much time with other people as you can this week, because I think that by doing that, it's really going to help you get out of whatever this funk is, and once and for all, and finally move beyond whatever that is. And so sometimes it can be as simple as just hanging out with your friends, right? That can really change everything and make you feel better about yourself, better about the world, better about time, and really tune into that energy. Now, with the Queen of Cups, the other thing about this week for my Leo, sun, moon, and rising, this is a great opportunity for you to share your own love and kindness with others. And so, with that friendship energy too, this could be a great time for you. This was another message from another reading, so tune into it. It might be a good time for you to reach out to friends, family, loved ones, and maybe other people in your life need help, and that by reaching out and helping them with their struggles, that can help you feel good about your own self and help you with your struggle. And maybe you can ask for help in return with your own struggles, right? So this could be a really great time to lean on your support network and then share and be the support network for someone else in your life as well. And that reciprocal energy might make everyone in your whole community feel really wonderful and really good this week. So share that love this week, really share the love with those around you. And I think that you'll start to feel as though things are really positive and you're moving up and up and up into that positive space. So Leo, sun, moon, and rising, I hope that that helps. We're going to move on now to Virgo. So Virgo, sun, moon, and rising, what can you expect this week? What can my Virgos, sun, moon, and rising expect this week? Virgo, sun, moon, and rising. Okay, I want one more. Virgo, sun, moon, and rising. Virgo, sun, moon, and rising. All right, Virgo. So for you, this week is interesting. I think that you have been feeling, for my Virgo, sun, moon, and rising, you've been feeling as though you've been a little bit stuck. You've been hung up about something with this Hanged Man here. And so I think in the recent past, it's like things have been, maybe you've been feeling sluggish, maybe you've been feeling like things can't move forward. But with the Three of Wands here, that's coming in to say that you're moving out of this energy. And so for my Virgo sun, moon, and rising this week, this is a great opportunity to understand that the journey forward is here for you now. This week, you're finally coming out of any of this sluggish energy and finally getting this inspiration to move forward, finally seeing the pathway forward and taking those steps, taking the first steps towards your future and journeying beyond what has held you back in the past. Now, with this Justice card, there's a sense that there's real karmic justice coming back to you. So good deeds from your past are coming back to you to be experienced and embraced and taken and moved forward from. And you're finally moving out of this sense that things aren't working for you and things can't work for you, and moving into this place of no, things are here for me. I am present in this energy of possibility. I can take this and use this energy and take it and catapult myself forward. With the Justice card, it's saying that the deeds that you've done in the past work that you put in certain areas in your life are being reaped now. The rewards are here for those things. So even if it's small, even if it's not something that's huge, even if it's subtle, look for it because it's there for you this week. And the more that you look for it, the more you're going to see it all around you. So Virgo, sun, moon, and rising, I hope that that's helpful. We're going to move on. Next up, we've got Libra. So Libra, sun, moon, and rising. What can my Libras expect this week? Libra, sun, moon, and rising. Ooh, there we go. So you need two more. Libra, sun, moon, and rising. Libra. Oh. Okay, Libra, you get 4 this week. That's fine. Everybody else got 3. You get 4. Okay, Libras, what is up for you this week? This is temptation. You got the double card. Okay, so Libras, this week is all about resisting the temptation to fall back into patterns that don't help you, right? Situations that you've been in your past. You know what this is. This could be the simple pattern of eating too much before bed, right? It's just like those little bad habits, those little tiny little things in the back of your head holding you back, right? This week is all about, you might be challenged with those a little bit this week, and that's okay, right? Sometimes we have to embrace those little things in our life that are nagging us, that are holding us back. We have to see them, we have to feel them, we have to process them, and we got to let them go. So this week might be about tapping into that a little bit, but you got a lot of other cards. So I don't think that there's too much to worry about, but I think that might be where you're feeling stuck, right? So I think if you've been feeling stuck at all this week, Libra, a part of it is coming from the sense of, those temptations from the past, bringing you back into the past. So you can let that go. You don't have to follow that energy. And understand, though, that the Hanged Man card, he is hung up in this tree in order to gain spiritual wisdom. So if you are feeling a little bit set back this week, what lessons can that teach you? And as soon as you start to have this perspective of, instead of, oh, woe is me, oh, I can't believe this is going on, oh, I wish that I was somewhere else right now, I wish that this wasn't working for me, blah, 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 blah. Right? Instead of doing that energy, embracing this, okay, this thing is teaching me a lesson. I can feel that this place that I don't want to be is trying to tell me something. What is it? What is it telling me? What is the lesson? Have I learned the lesson? Can I move on now because I've finally learned the lesson, right? Look for the lessons, and they're there for you. And once you catalyze that in your mind and you say, okay, I got this. I've learned this lesson. I don't need to go through this again. I can finally move on from this thing, right? The more that you do that, the more that you will move on from that. Now, with that 7 of Cups, I do think that a part of this is sort of like understanding that this is an illusionary state, So if you feel like you're being dragged into something in the mind, it's important to remember it's an illusion, right? It's an illusion. The thing about the Devil card is the people, not in this deck, but in the other deck, the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, it's 2 people who are chained to the devil, but it's very loose chains. I mean, it's just a loose loop that they can just go bloop. All right, bye, see ya. And the devil, I mean, he doesn't care. You just be like, okay, catch you later. The people have chosen to be there, right? And so it's sort of important to remember that these bad habits, these bad things, these things, whatever it is that might be holding you back, you hold the keys to your life. You hold the keys to move out of that. You can do it. It's there. It's possible. And yeah, it's going to be hard sometimes, right? Sometimes it's hard to resist the temptation to fall back on that. And sometimes it's like really juicy and like it feels good to feel bad, right? Sometimes it's so weird, but it's easy to fall into that loop of like, reveling in sorrow, right? And not to say that sometimes suffering and sorrow is really bad and it just happens and that's that, right? This isn't that though. This isn't the sort of thing of that. I think this is something else. This is like you doing something that's putting you back into that place. So just know that you don't have to do that, right? At the end of the day, you can learn that lesson and move on. And that's what the Three of Wands comes in. So by the end of this week, I think that maybe you really do catalyze and crystallize whatever this lesson is, and you move through it and you move on, because you have the Three of Wands, which is like moving into some better places and finally journeying out and traveling beyond what has held you back. So there might be a little tiny something snagging in this week, a little bit for my Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. If that happens, just know you can move through it. And by the end of the week, you can be totally in the opposite energy. And by next week, this might be like totally blown over and completely gone, right? That's how fast these energies move. So this isn't anything like super crazy. It's just to know if you feel a little bit like you're triggered or a little bit like you're brought into some past energy you don't want to be in anymore, just know that it might be teaching you something. And so if you take the perspective that this is teaching me something instead of, oh my God, I hate this, you'll get out of it sooner, right? By embracing where you are and just being like, all right, here I am. What am I learning from this? I'm open to it. I'm not going to try to fight it. I'm here. This is it, right? The more that you embrace it from that energy, the more it just blows through. And then it blows through and then it's done, right? And then you're out onto calmer waters on the other side. So Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. That's it for you. You got an intense kind of week going on here, but I hope that it's good and I hope that it serves you well, Libra. Next up, we've got Scorpio. Scorpio's after Libra. Scorpio, what does Scorpio need to know this week? Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. Scorpio, one more card. Scorpio, what do my Scorpios need to know this week? There it is. All right, Scorpio, you have a homecoming coming on here. This is beautiful. Did you get homecoming last week, Scorpio? I think you might have. I don't know. But Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising, you're coming home to yourself this week. There's something going on. There's something in the air. There's something in the energies this week that are putting you fully and completely in your power and totally and completely in your own wheelhouse this week. So use that energy and roll with it. Understand that you can make anything happen. And this is manifestation energy. It's powerful energy, but it's by you embracing yourself. So don't feel as though you have to be anything but you this week. And that the more that you embrace who you are and what you know to be true and what you want in life, the more you embrace those things, the more that this becomes a firm and complete push towards your own possibilities and letting in a lot of wonderful things. It's great. So with the Knight of Wands, this really is movement towards passions, movements towards inspiration and manifestation. This is a powerful manifestation week for you. The full moon's coming up. I didn't even talk about it yet, but the full moon I think is tomorrow. So this full moon energy, I think is going to be very, very powerful for you, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And so take that energy and manifest with it. Usually it's the new moon that's the manifestation moon, but I don't know, something about this full moon for you in this week is going to be a real power energy for you to take and channel into whatever it is you want to do. Now with the Five of Cups, there is a little bit of a sense, this is the grief card. So there's a little bit of a sense this week for my Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising that there might be some things from the past bubbling up a little bit this week, which is very full moon energy, by the way. Full moons are all about bringing up the things inside we're ready to let go of. So I think another thing going on for you as this manifestation happens, as this homecoming happens, in order to come home to ourselves, if there's anything blocked, sometimes we have to move through the blockage, and that blockage can come from emotional baggage and emotional pain and inner held in things. So this moon cycle might be a little bit emotionally challenging, but it's worth it because it means you connect to yourself on a deeper level that you haven't in a long time. So allow yourself to go through anything you need to go through. Allow yourself to feel anything you need to feel this week, even if it's challenging, even if it's not something that you want necessarily, it still could be really powerful for you, allowing you to really come home to yourself and come home to your ability to feel good and to move towards this passion energy. So Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising, I hope that that's helpful. We're going to move on. Next up, we have Sagittarius. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What do my Sagittariuses need to know this week? Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Okay, you got 4 Sagittarius. Okay. Oh, interesting. Sometimes, yeah, no, different ones though. Okay. Ooh, Sagittarius, great week for you. You got the Wheel of Fortune. So for Sagittarius, this is an excellent week for you. With fortune is on your side. Fortune is in your favor. You got luck this week. What would you do if you were incredibly lucky and could make anything happen, right? This is the week to do it. This is the week to bring things into your life and say, I can channel this luck and make the small little things happen towards bringing in the big giant things I want, right? So really embrace this lucky energy this week. And I think it's going to be a really good week for you. Now with the King of Swords, this is all about the mind. So your analytical mind is really powerful for you this week. And I think it's important for you to remember that and not to get too dragged away. You do have overthinking here with the 9 of Swords. So don't let yourself get taken away by the thought processes of, oh no, I can't have this. Oh no, things can't happen for me. Oh my God, anxiety energy, right? It's okay. It happens, right? We all get anxiety. The thing about it is you have luck on your side, right? This is a deeply fortunate week for you. So even if a little tiny thought comes up in here, just know you have the King of Swords here. So you can think through it. You can think beyond it. You can think analytically about it. Be like, nope, cutting that out. That's not here for me this week. Nope. As soon as a little tiny thought starts to pop in of like, oh, nope, some self-doubt. Oh, no, this can't be. Oh, no. And you start to go down that thought train. See it. This is like mindfulness here. See it, catch it, be like, oh, thinking. Nope, that's not me. That's those, what do you call it? Intrusive thoughts. That's an intrusive thought. That's not me. That's an intrusive thought. I don't have to identify with an intrusive thought. That doesn't have to be my thing. I am this. I'm this ultimate fortune. I'm this ultimate possibility. I don't have to be this overthinking energy, this anxiety. Nope. That's not me. That's an intrusive thought, right? The more you can start to see it, the more you can start to catch it, the more you can be like, no, I love you. That's not me. I love you. I love yourself. No, right? The more you start to do that, the more you really tune into that fortune energy and you start to come home to yourself. You have the homecoming card too. It's beautiful. So the more that you can share compassion and love with that anxiety energy, not totally dominating it and be like, no, I have to kill this, right? Like not the way to move through it. The way to move through it is be like, no, I see you. I'm here for you. I love you, right? Treat your anxiety like it's a child and just nurture. And it takes catching it, it takes seeing it. But I think I see you do that. This is a beautiful, wonderful, fortunate week for you. I think it's going to be an excellent week for you. And it's something to just really keep in mind, And so if you ever have those thoughts this week of like, oh, I can't do this. Oh, this isn't right for me. Oh, blah, 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 those overthinking energy, just remind yourself, no, I can do it. I'm lucky this week. This is a lucky week for me. Nope. Nothing can derail me. I'm lucky this week. Oh, some little tiny thing happens. Nope. I'm lucky this week. That had to happen. I don't know why, but it's in my favor. It's preventing something terrible from happening to me, right? Because I'm lucky this week, right? So embrace that luck. It's here for you. Yeah, anyway, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I hope that helps. I hope you have a good week. It looks like it's going to be an excellent week for you. So tune into that. You're lucky this week. Okay, who's next? Capricorn. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. What do my Capricorns need to know this week? Capricorn. There we go. One more Capricorn. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Capricorn. There it is. All right, Capricorn. This is a beautiful Poppies card. I don't know why I've never noticed this. You have Judgment this week. So for Capricorns, this is an interesting week. This week is all about changing your frame of mind and reference and perspective on the past. So something's going on this week where you are processing past events that have happened. They could be recent, they could be long time ago. Something's going on this week where you're getting the ability and the time and the presence of mind to start to process some of these deep, challenging, difficult things that might have happened and start to see them from a more positive light. So where's that coming from? I think it's coming from learning, and some kind of learning that you've been doing, whether this is actual like school, like you've gone to school to be a therapist or a psychologist or something. Like it could be as advanced as that, or it could just be about, your own self-learning, your own self-knowledge. There's something about this week where that journey, that process you've been on really clicks. And it finally clicks into place of like, no, you know what? Those things that happened to me, that doesn't matter. Or the things that I went through, I send myself love, and I know that I can be so far beyond those things. It doesn't have to matter. It doesn't have to be anything huge, right? There's a sense of really kind of like letting that in this week and really letting yourself change your perspective on something. Let yourself come into a new sense of clarity about yourself and about life and about the universe that's not tied down to past events. It's not jaded by things that didn't work. It's like, no, this is actually about the possibilities. This is actually about all possible things for me. It doesn't have to be this like, no, nothing can happen. It can be this beautiful, anything can happen energy. With the moon, I think you're continuing to move forward now. Actually, no, this is really important. There's a full moon tomorrow. So this could be a little bit about the full moon this week. Really tap into that full moon energy, which actually with a judgment card, this makes so much sense for being a full moon reading. If you think about it, the full moon is all about processing things. It's about deep things buried in us bubbling up to the surface to be finally released and let go of. So if you go through any of those emotionally difficult, challenging things this week, that's okay. Understand that that's all right. That's possible. That's part of life, that we all go through difficult things sometimes. And just embrace it, share love with yourself, and move through it, because it's going to move through and out of you, right? These things are bubbling up to the surface to be released, to be let go of, to be processed, and just take the time and the energy and the space that needed to do that. And the more that you do that, the more that this starts to become easier, and you start to be free and on the other side of it, And the Hierophant might be a great week to learn something new as well, right? It could be new information coming in. This can also be about tradition. So taking the traditional understanding of things could help you in some capacity. So anyway, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising, that's it for you. I hope you have an excellent week, and we're going to move on. Next up, we've got Aquarius. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What do my Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs need to know? Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. There it is. Okay. Aquarius, what's up with you this week? Two of Swords. Okay, my Aquariuses, you are being given a choice this week. There's a big decision going on in your life, whatever that is. It could be anything, but there's a sense of you being at a crossroads at some part of your life. It could just be the phase of life that you're in is this crossroads this week. And it might be a little bit difficult for you to move in either direction, and you don't really know how to move forward. So this week might be about learning what your two options are and deciding how to move forward. And it's okay, it's okay to be indecisive sometimes. It's okay to not know sometimes. It's okay to not understand where things are going or what you need to do. That's a part of life. But these are the two pathways I see for you. On the one hand, you have multiple choices. This is about I see like so many options and being completely overwhelmed. Well, I could do this, or I could do this, or I could do this. I don't know, maybe this, maybe this, maybe this. So on the one hand, you are overwhelmed by the choice that you have. You have many options and way to move forward. But on the other hand, you have the Magician. So with the Magician, it's kind of saying like, actually, it's really up to you. Like you can make whatever happen. And so just choose and move forward and make things happen for yourself, make anything happen. So if you feel as though you're at this like crossroads of, I don't know where to go, what to do, it's just sort of saying like, no, whatever choice you make for yourself is going to be the right one, because this is the Magician and you can make anything happen. What do you want? Don't think about all that you could have. Think about what you want. Really learn and embrace and feel fully what it is that you want. And the more that you do that, the more that you say, no, this is what I want. No, I want to do this. This is the way I want to be. This is where I want to go. I want this, and that's what I want, right? The more you can do that, the more that you feel as though everything's possible, anything can happen, and you create that choice for yourself. You create that catapult. So take the Magician route this week, really. I mean, you can do whatever you want. It's your life, but the Magician, way to go. Okay, that was Aquarius. We're going to move on to the last one, Pisces. So Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What do my Pisces need to know this week? Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Okay, one more. Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Okay. What do my Pisces need to know? Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, wow. Okay, Pisces, this is an excellent week for you. You got emotional fulfillment. So something's going on this week for you to feel really proud of yourself and feel good about who you are and what's going on. So take that, run with it, right? It's okay to feel good about yourself, right? And you should let yourself feel good about your gains, your wins, the things you've done well, the things you do well, right? Really cherish that and send yourself some love this week. There's an importance in that. The more that you can share self-love with who you are, the more that you can feel good about yourself, good about your life, and good about everything around you. So you're being encouraged to really embrace a self-love approach to life this week and let yourself tap into that self-loving kindness energy, because that might help you build yourself up to wherever you want to go. You have the King of Pentacles, which is abundance. I mean, this is the most abundant card in the deck. So, but abundant in everything, abundant in health, abundant in life and home and everything. So really embrace this sense of feeling as though you have more than enough, right? There's more than enough for you right now. And even if it doesn't feel like there's enough, right, there's more than enough here. So what is it that's the here in this moment that's more than enough for you? With the King of Pentacles, if there isn't enough, he immediately creates the conditions to make it enough, right? He is the master at creating this abundant energy into his life. So you can embrace that abundant energy and really bring in and hone in all of that that's possible for you. And the more and more that you do that, the more that you create this sense of possibility and presence of being. And it makes this like really wonderful open time for yourself of like, no, I can make anything happen. Anything is here for me. I can be in this moment and be present and let love in and let peace in and let joy in and create a wonderful feeling around all that. Finally, you have the Justice card. So I think that there's a sense of karmic justice for you this week as well, that past actions are coming back to you in a positive way, but hopefully, but no, most likely, that you are seeing um, you're seeing the positive benefits of the actions that you've been taking. So if you've been working really hard in certain areas, particularly in health and mind and body and world, and not necessarily mind, but in physical world and space and in money and all that, you're going to see some real results for that this week. So embrace that and run with it. Okay, everybody, that was the Zodiac readings. We're going to do a quick collective reading, and then if anybody wants a personal reading here live, free personal reading, let me know in the comments. Leave a comment right now if you want one, and I will be happy to give you one. We've got a couple people watching right now. So if you want one, let me know in the comments and maybe give me a question or give me a frame that you want, and I will be happy to give you a reading. So let's do the collective first, though. What does the collective need to know this week? What does the collective need to know this week? Okay. Any universal messages? Let me just think real quick about what we had. Justice came up a bunch, so I think we're all kind of seeing the positive results of what we put in life. The Three of Wands came up a bunch, so there's a sense of like finally moving forward. I think that we're all kind of as a collective making progress in a lot of areas, and some things that might have seemed stagnant, we're finally seeing motion in that again. And so this week is really about movement forward in a new way that we haven't seen maybe ever, or in a long time at least. And so I think there's a real embrace in that. Now, what's interesting though, in our collective, we've got a sense of, hey there, thanks for tuning in. We got a sense of, with the Hermit card, there's a sense here that there is a real importance of us taking the time and the space to go within, to take some time out of our day to embrace the peace and the quiet when we need it, to find the love that we need, and tune into the self. Sometimes that means walking away from certain people for a little bit of time, just to give ourselves some space and really embrace that quiet energy. I think there's an importance of tuning into the internal and letting the internal come into a clearer view. This could be meditation. Meditation could be really helpful for us this week. Really taking some time for quiet and peace, I think, is going to be really helpful for the whole collective. Now, we've got the Page of Pentacles, so there is a lot of growth happening for us in the physical world, and we're all kind of a student in that. So allow yourself to learn some new things about money, about health, about life, and be okay with that. Be okay without knowing all the answers. I think there's a sense this week of embracing a sense of, I don't know what's next energy, right? And being okay with that. Being okay with not knowing what's happening, but knowing that you can make anything happen when you need to. So just following what you need to move into the next steps. Now, we also have the Nine of Wands. So battle-hardened soldier. So I think with this week, if you're feeling as though you don't necessarily, if you feel as though you're waiting for the other shoe to drop, that's a classic feeling from someone who's been through a lot of difficult situations, right? And a lot of us have. And with this battle-hardened soldier, right, he's been through the war many, many times. And so he's expecting the next one, even when it's not going to come necessarily. So don't feel as though you're just waiting for the next bad thing to happen, right? Or you're just like, we're just waiting for the next bad thing, and then it happens, and then we're going to wait for the next bad thing, and it's going to happen, right? You don't have to focus on those things, especially if they're big, big world things. Sometimes it's worth just tuning out and tuning into your own self and your own stuff, and working on yourself, because the only way we can change the big giant collective stuff is to work on ourselves, right? And the more of us who can be fully present, fully aware, fully within our own being, and fully as ourselves in embracing the world that way, the more of us who can do that, the more we can actually solve these problems, even if it's just based on inspiration. Because that's our one real impact in this world, is how we interact with the world and how we act ourselves. So anyway, that's it for the collective this week. I hope you have an excellent week. Did you want a reading? If anybody wants a reading, let me know now. I'll give you a quick little couple card draw. I'm open to giving them out. So if you're watching this and you want one, let me know. Okay, let's see what's up for you. We've got, in the process of healing, meditating, found out that it might be a while. A reading on the outlook might be great. All right, so let's see what the outlook looks like. Let's see what's going on. So reading for Spacecraft 11. What do we need to know? Okay, there's one. Okay. Interesting. Okay. All right, so some real new beginnings energy in here. You have the Ace of Swords, which is great. Okay, interesting. Well, the first card that came out was the Moon, which makes a lot of sense. The Moon is all about not really seeing the pathway forward, things being cloudy, being hazy, being unknown, right? And that this unknown energy can sometimes cause confusion, sometimes cause inner turmoil, right? But it doesn't have to. The thing about the moonlight is important to remember: when you're walking a pathway at night in the moonlight, in the full moon, which is tomorrow, the thing about the full moon is it's bright enough for you to see at least the next few steps ahead of you. And so sometimes the moon just says, don't get lost in the things you can't see and overwhelmed by the things you can't see. Instead, focus on the next step. You can at least see the next 1 or 2 steps ahead of you. Focus on those. Now, you have swift moving energy, right? So you talked about it being a long time. Maybe it might be in a while, but there's speed here in some capacity. So that's good. You do have some speedy, fast moving energy in this. So that's something to understand. Now, you do have the Nine of Wands, which is that battle-hardened soldier. So like I was just talking about with the collective reading, sometimes we can be thinking about waiting for the other shoe to drop, even if it doesn't, right? Like, okay, when's the next bad thing going to happen? When's the next bad thing going to happen, right? And it's not necessarily going to happen. right? So don't prepare for the worst necessarily in the situation. Hope for the best. Feel as though, what would you do if things turned around immediately for you? What would you do if things got a little bit better quicker and easier? You have a new beginning in the mind here. So there's a sense that this is whatever process is going on for you right now is it's giving you the opportunity to think about things from a different perspective. And maybe this new perspective that's coming in is really necessary and really important. And that new perspective could really change things and change your whole life. And so this situation might be bringing you an opportunity to learn how to do things differently, how to, in the mind, how to think about things differently, how to consider life differently, how to consider the world differently. And so that new perspective might be invaluable. And this might be one of the only ways for that to come in. Now, you also have the King of Cups. So there's an importance in this situation as well to really give compassion to yourself through the situation. Really, really, really heavily lean into the self-love energy. Really share a sense of peace and love and calm and compassion with yourself, whatever you're going through. And so if you're going through challenges, you're going through difficulty, don't meet yourself from a place of like, ugh, I need to get better. Ugh, I need to make this better. Blah, blah, blah. Make it from, okay, I'm here for myself, whatever I need. If I need to slow down, I'm going to slow down. I'm going to give myself everything that I need and not be totally taken into a sense of, no, it has to be this, it has to be that. So anyway, I hope the best for you. I hope that this was helpful, and that's my reading for you. So we've got another person in the chat as well. So if you would like a personal reading, please let me know in the comments. Would you like a personal reading? I'm going to read for myself. I don't know. What do I need to know right now? Give myself a personal reading. Why not? Let's see. What do I need to know this week? Okay. Okay. Let's see. The first card for me, oops, is the Four of Pentacles. Ooh, so something about me playing it too safe. Okay, interesting. I'm holding my cards too close to my chest, and I don't need to. That sounds like me. Yeah. Okay, so a big thing for me this week is making sure that I'm not holding my energy too close. I'm opening myself up. I'm opening up my ability to share. So I got to share more with you guys this week, clearly. Queen of Swords, talking about very clear-headed, very clear analytical thinking is going to be in my wheelhouse this week. So I got to make sure I got an analytical thinking. And finally, the Judgment card. So there's a new perspective coming in for me about my life and about the world. So I can take that perspective and roll with it. Okay, that's it for me. Yeah, I think I'm going to end it here. So thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in this week. And there's plenty more pick a card readings coming this week. At least one, hopefully two more readings this week. And I'll be back next Monday with another collective weekly reading. I'm trying to add more shorts into the rotation, so you'll start to see more of those coming from the channel as well. So go ahead and tune into those if you like those. And there will be more live readings as well, kind of like this coming up soon too, but they're going to be vertical lives. So once a week, I'll continue to do this live, which ends up put out like the YouTube videos, the big videos, right? These end up on the long format section of YouTube, but I'm going to be doing more vertical readings, which end up in the shorts format. And from what I hear, more people watch those lives than these lives. So I'll be putting my energy out that way. And that might be what this Four of Pentacles is about. And it's time for me to put out more into the universe. So I will be doing that this week. All right, everybody, I will catch you later. I will probably start posting a schedule a little bit more about when I'm going to go live. So my goal would be for next week to have like a weekly schedule printed out that I will be really going with. So you can at least prepare for the times I'll be live. And I'm even considering going live on my other social media accounts as well to start to build those. So you might see schedules for lives on Instagram and Facebook, maybe. I don't know. Does anybody even go live on Facebook? I think there is a live for Facebook, but I don't know. Definitely Instagram. What other socials do I have? Oh, TikTok as well, but I don't have enough followers to go live on TikTok. So if you want to follow me on TikTok, you can. Juno Drome Intuitive Arts. Anyway, that's it for me. Catch you later. Bye.